Hey, what up, y'all? Sir Cash here. It's the first video of the year. I planned on doing one in January, but it's February now. So this video is specifically for people who are in the used car market. So we all know it's that time of the year where people are getting tax returns. Somebody wants a new vehicle because you got to either expand your family or you want something different. And so I've owned over 20 something cars. I've worked in different vehicle industries as far as been a lot manager at a car lot. I've been a detail manager, just generally being around. So I kind of know the auto industry pretty well. And this video is for people who don't know kind of what they're looking for or need some information. Because let's be honest, 100% real. Men at car lots target women. They target single mothers. I'm sorry, it's true. They see a woman come in, what they're gonna do, especially when I was younger, they would point a woman to this, maroon Ford Contour with tinted windows and tire shine on it, and they're like, yeah, it has a good sound system, and they put the woman in the car, and a couple months later, radiator's busted. Oh, you can't fix the radiator because it's behind the frame. Just things like that. So this video is for people who don't know what to look for in a vehicle. So first, when you're coming up to a car lot, you need to know the game plan. What is your goal there? Are you going to look at a vehicle or are you going to go buy a vehicle? And if you're going to go look at a vehicle, you need to leave the car lot the same way you came in. Don't go look at a vehicle and then leave the car lot because you found a vehicle that's nice. Do not ever, and men and people who's in the comments, men and women, go to the comments and type if I'm right or wrong. Do not ever believe somebody that says, oh, I got somebody else coming to look at the vehicle. Don't ever buy that, because that is 100% lie. And it's a sale tactic. People use that all the time. Hey, well, if you don't come and get this car right now, I got two other people to come look at it. Number one thing, nobody's buying a Bugatti. Nobody's buying like a Lamborghini, one of 500. The vehicle that you're looking at, guaranteed, is gonna be somewhere else around town, maybe in a better condition. Never fall for that. That's number one. So, also, the vehicle that you're looking at. Me, I am an import guy. So, you can say that I'm biased, but I'll be honest, Hondas, Toyotas, not so much Mitsubishi, but Hondas and Toyotas are probably some of the most reliable vehicles that you're going to get. If you're looking into luxury, obviously I'm a big fan of Lexus. Don't fall into the trap of Mercedes-Benz, Audi, BMW, because you need to base every vehicle around the parts and how much it costs to fix it. So if you get you a, let's just say an Audi TT or an Audi A4, yeah, it's nice. You can flex on people and say, man, I got an Audi. But what does that mean when you have all-wheel drive system and you have a differential sensor that's failing? If you don't know what that is, then how much you think that's going to cost? Is that car made in the United States? Or are the parts made in the United States, or is it a German part? You really have to understand how much it's going to cost to fix a vehicle, and never get wrapped up into the, what they call it, the fear of missing out. Sunroof. Better. Okay, anyway, so don't ever fear of missing out, because you're not going to miss out on anything. Also, don't be afraid to walk away from a vehicle that you're interested in to go check the price of the vehicle. Let's just take a 2014 Chevrolet Cruze. Not gonna lie, they target that car towards women hard. From my personal experience, a lot of Chevy Cruzes seem to be okay, and they're a basic car that'll get you around, but they seem to not be as reliable as you would say like a Toyota Corolla. So I apologize if I keep on pushing Toyota, but Toyota is pretty solid as far as reliability, gas mileage, and things of that nature. So anyways, back to the Chevy Cruze. You look at a Cruze, it looks nice. Is it the fully loaded version? A lot of dealers will actually add features to a car that aren't there. They'll charge premium prices, you know, like if the seats are kind of leather or they're real leather, you know, how much are they adding on? Because a dealer, the number one goal for any car salesman is to really get that vehicle out the door. It's not to make you feel good. I mean, that's kind of like number two, number three, but really it's to get that vehicle off of my lot, get my sale, and be about my way. So you look at a Chevy Cruze and they're asking, you know, $21,500, and you're like, okay, that seems like it's in my budget. Just because it's in your budget does not mean that's the car to get. So you look at the Cruze and be like, oh, okay, well, would you excuse me for a second? Don't let the car salesman hover around you. Man, I can't stand it. Hey, how you doing? Yada, yada, yada. Something I can help you with? Don't allow them to bring you inside and do the obligatory, oh, we just want to get some information, you know, we want to get your phone number, you know, and then all of a sudden you're signing a credit report or a credit check, and then they're looking at how much, you know, that you can be financed on, because they'll generally ask you, you know, what's your credit score looking like, what type of vehicle that you want. Dealers, especially used car salesmen are incentivized to push a brand new vehicle out the door. Not that used lot, brand new vehicle. So if you're going in looking at a used vehicle and you somehow come out with a new vehicle, that was their plan the entire time. It just happens. I'm sorry, it just happens. So anyways, you're looking at the Cruze, tell them you need to step away for a second. Pull up a Cars app, or pull up any type of app that you can use to actually look up the average price of that vehicle. Look up the mileage, look up the trim model. If you don't know what the trim model is, you go to a back of a car. Generally, you'll see something that says S, LT, RS, and those will let you know the trim models of that vehicle. You know, trim models do change the price of the car. If you want a base car, you need to make sure, hey, I want to look at how much, you know, can you show me the VIN, and I want to see a Carfax report, and on the VIN or Carfax, you can actually see what the trim model is, because some dealers will try to sell you a higher trim model price car for a lower trim that's actually in front of you, if you understand what I'm saying. You have an LT in front of you, but then you might have an RS sticker price. So never just blindly believe them. Only believe what you see in paper. So also, I also would suggest running your finger across the body lines. And what does that do? That will let you know if a vehicle has been damaged or not. There are some manufacturers that, I think it was called like the produced on Monday cars. It's generally the cars that have kind of weird body lines. If you're looking at a used vehicle, use the tip of your finger, run across the space in between the trunk, run across the front hood, run across all types of body lines, make sure the doors can close and open normally and things of that nature. Always do your test drive. But when you're looking for if a vehicle's been wrecked or not, stand back from the vehicle. If a vehicle is 2014 or newer, let's bump that up to 15. If it's 2015 or newer, you should definitely be able to stand back, look at a vehicle, never look at a vehicle that isn't clean. If they're saying, oh, we got to clean it up and yada, 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 walk away. Come back when the vehicle is clean. Don't ever buy a vehicle that isn't clean out of nowhere. It's not a good thing. This is bothering me. Okay, so anyways, look at a vehicle that is clean. Also, the paint should match. You definitely need paint matching bumpers. If the front bumper is a little bit faded or even a little bit clearer than the original bumper, then something is up with it. I would definitely ask, hey, has this car been in a fender bender? Show me the Carfax report. Usually Carfax reports are pretty spot on as far as if a vehicle was taken to a body shop. Some vehicles have been in car accidents or somebody has backed into something. They take it to a shade tree mechanic. The mechanic fixes it, the mechanic isn't like registered with, the Carfax industry, so there is no log of that actually happening. So definitely check the colors of the side panels. Make sure that the wheels and tires are good. When it comes to the tire check, there's always the Abraham Lincoln check. You just put the little penny in between the tires. If the tires are not new, you don't have to buy it. Or you can also haggle the price. Some dealerships, what they like to do is they like to give you decent to good tires. Now, if the tires are kind of balding, especially if the vehicle is rear-wheel drive, so that's a whole nother story. If it's a front-wheel, rear-wheel drive. If it's a front-wheel drive car, which is generally your most basic economy car or your economy SUV, check the front tires. Generally, those are going to be bald first. If it's a rear-wheel drive, usually sports car, larger luxury car, it's rear-wheel drive. If it's all-wheel drive, definitely if you're dealing with the Subaru, you're just going to go around and you're going to check the tires. And let's say you go through this entire process. You like the price, it looks good, it drives good, there's no oil leaking, there's no weird smells, you turn on the AC, everything is done. What do you do next? Well, if your finances are good and you decide to purchase it, do not purchase that car unless it has a full tank of gas. You tell them, hey, I want this car, I like it, but I will not buy this car without a full tank of gas. You'd be surprised, you as a buyer, you are in the power position as a buyer, as a man, as a woman. You're in the power position. You can say, I want a full tank of gas to purchase this vehicle. I like everything that I see here, but I want a full tank of gas. Say it. And if they say, well, yada, 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 just get up and walk away. Like and tell them that. Don't be afraid to walk away from a vehicle. There's so many used vehicles on the market these days. Vehicles that come from different states. That's a whole nother video I gotta make on, buying a vehicle with a rebuilt title or a salvage title. And there's so many things to look at. But this is basically a beginner's video for the used car market. Be confident in what you're doing. Don't be afraid to walk away. Know what you're looking for. Check prices and don't feel like I wouldn't say a sucker, but don't be misled or fooled, because the goal of any car salesman is to get rid of that vehicle. And I'll even tell you a short story that made me get out of the car industry. So I was working at this place in South Tulsa. I'm not gonna list no names because the guy's kind of a whatever, the owner. And so a man came in and he had midlife crisis. I have a Jaguar. It was green. It was a 5-speed. It was in nice condition. And he's like, well, I want to get rid of this car and I want to get something else. Okay, we take the Jaguar, and I really didn't have to detail it too much, but I noticed it was leaking oil and coolant. And my manager, he paid $1,500 for the car, so not much at all. Then a couple came in about 2 weeks later. They was like, oh, we saw this Jaguar online. Now, granted, this Jaguar is leaking oil and has a coolant issue. We have not touched the vehicle. We've detailed it and put it in the back of the lot. So, and also the vehicle didn't have AC. In Oklahoma, in the summertime, it gets humid hot. And so the guy who sold us the vehicle, the midlife crisis guy, he was a mechanic. He just never put it in. Anyways, the vehicle, or a couple comes in to look at the vehicle. They like it. The man is driving it. And my manager, because I don't want to call him my boss, my manager is the one handling the entire sale. So I'm in earshot range of the entire conversation. They go on the test drive, they like it. Before that, my manager, he actually had me put some, what is that? Put some of that dirt, that cat, it's like catnip or whatever, that you use to clunk up cat litter. Yeah, we put some kitty litter underneath the car to soak up all the fluids. So when the guy came and saw the car and he didn't see nothing underneath, he thought that the vehicle was fine. Man, shitty person. This isn't uncommon. We took a vehicle in for $1,200. I detailed the vehicle. We did no mechanical work. My manager talked the people into $5,000 for a Jaguar that had an oil leak. money is not easy to come around these days, you know, especially with the whole Rona going around, people losing their jobs. So money isn't easy to come around. And so for a couple to save up $5,000 to actually have what they believe is a reliable vehicle was a complete sham. After that sale, I didn't make any profit from it, and I wouldn't want to, because I grew up in a single parent household. I see my mom in buckets, so if I wouldn't put my mom in it, I'm definitely not gonna put somebody else in it. And it was just really a bad deal. So I hope that you understand that the car buying process can be a tricky situation. Go in there confident, know what you want, don't be afraid to walk away. If you don't take anything else from what I said, remember those 3 things. Don't get played, don't lose your money that you worked so hard for, and hopefully you can end out on top, because I've had some lemons and I've had some great vehicles, and I definitely have greater vehicles now because I know what to look for. And hopefully whatever I know will rub off on you, and maybe if you didn't know this, or maybe if you did, you know, hey, we're all in the same boat. We're just trying to help everybody. But anyways, that's my video. Thanks for subscribing, liking the video, downvoting it, whatever, being in the comments. Let me know your car stories. Let me know how many vehicles that you've owned. Let me know if you've worked in the car industry. If you have, keep it real in the comments and say, hey, what he's saying is right or what he's saying is wrong. But anyways, I'm gonna have way more videos this year. I'm sorry I didn't have one in January, but you know, life, bro, life. All right, y'all. Sir Cash. Peace.